stuck in the game clock. Outside Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to LeBron. From deep three-point range. To the paint. Here's Ellis. Tips it, but no good. It's a tie game in Indiana. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
And now, let's hear it for your East Bay.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And so here is Indiana.
And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished third in the Central in 2014, but that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5. Stuckey left side. He digs the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Cleveland did win the Central, as you alluded to, won 11 in-division games against what was a very tough division.
No easy opponents in that Central Division last year. 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 was knocking on the door. The Cavs did what they needed to do to bring home the banner.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Irving for 3. That's not going to drop for him. 5 of 9 with that miss. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Now, here is Irving. 13 points in the game. That's good. Irving's got 15.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Down low. LeBron passes to Thompson. And here's Love for 3.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Irving, following the score by Indiana. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Indiana leading by 5. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And stolen by James. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Ty Lawson. The drive by Allen. Misses the layup. Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their head on there, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that's, and even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Just 4 to shoot. Irving. Here's Thompson. And it's Smith missing. Hill. 1:12 left in the first half. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
shooting.
You know, with the Pacers, a lot of their success on defense comes from protecting the rim and controlling the boards. They were top 5 in the NBA in rebounds per game. They know that hitting the boards is a big part of being a good defensive team.
And he knocks down the first one.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
Now here's Ellis. He has 7. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 8 points.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%. Here's George. Offensive rebound. Here's Mahinmi. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And that does it for the first half of play. Pacers lead by 10. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Du champ de deux.
And now, let's hear it for your
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Mahinmi is out there with Allen, and it's Hill in the 1 spot. That's the Pacers 5. And Thompson kicks to James. From outside the arc, can't get the putback.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Irving for 3. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Hill. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Hill. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. On its way from Stuckey for 2. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Irving with the ball. Picked up by Stuckey. Outside Irving. LeBron James on the wing with the shot. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
No good on that one. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
And here is Irving. He's got 20. And it's Miles with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
LeBron trying to free himself up. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Smith.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And, you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Some changes for Indiana. Solomon Hill comes in for Jordan Hill. And it's Ellison for Rodney Stuckey. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Now, here is Irving. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. No good.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
That is good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, and this run really triggered by their transition offense.
And you can see the momentum swinging now. They've gotten a huge boost of energy, and now the offense starting to click.
And the Cavaliers with possession. They're on an 11-1 run right now. Picked by Mozgov for the lead. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Here's Hill. Yes, and it's Ellis.